What's going on, Blerds, nerds, and everybody in between? It's your boy Wyatt, Sensei of the Syndicate, here with another episode of With the BS. And today we are talking about something that is near and dear to our hearts. Some people call it a soap opera for men, but we know it as wrestling. So WWE has made a big change, a big change. So they went from cable television to now being on Netflix starting Monday, which is tomorrow. At 7. So yeah, we got some people who here want to talk about it. There's some matches that are going on. We're gonna try to predict whether or not there's gonna be some guest surprises and things like that, people showing up. So before I do that though, I want to go ahead and introduce the people here with me. So first, I'm gonna let him introduce himself because he has, I think, one of the best entrances. He's up there with, like, you know how Road Dogg was doing his shit? Eternity got him beat. So Dirty, what's going on, man?
Yo, it's a heavily orchestrated, never duplicated lyrical symphony known as the Eternal One Eternity. Allah, Mr. Everlasting, the lyrical assassin, holding it down here tonight with the BS, with the Blerd Syndicate. We are in the building, ready to talk some wrestling. So let's get after it.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm telling you. He's killing Road Dogg. Road Dogg ain't got shit on eternity. I'm just saying. So the next, although he's a Hulk Hogan fan.
Hold on. I want him to do my intro. I want him to do it. I want him to do it.
You get me because because you like Hulk Hogan, you get me.
I got something for you coming too, Wyatt. Now that I think about it.
Hey, so I want to tell you this, but so he is such a troll to me. He sent me a Funko with Mr. T and Hulk Hogan. And he knows, because every time when I talk about Hulk Hogan, I'll be like, smash this like button like the Hulk, but not Hulk Hogan, F Hulk Hogan. He's like, I'm all about it. And he does the pose and everything. So without further ado, the foot fondler himself, one half of the Victory Road podcast, the one, the only. He likes to say that he is the balls of the Blerd Syndicate, the Dub.
Yeah, take them balls.
So how you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. I'm here to talk and have some giggles. That's the thing for the night. Shits and giggles.
There we go. And we're all out of shits. So the next person, he's not my right hand man, but he's damn near it. He is the big husk himself. One half, the other half of the Victory Road podcast presented by the Blerd Syndicate, the one, the only, the Husky Hokage.
What's going on, man? What it do, everybody? I'm happy to be here, man. We'll go talk some good old wrestling.
So, we're definitely here talking wrestling. So, one thing that I wanted to talk about was just the card that they have so far. So, what it looks like when it shows up from here, it says that it looks like there's only a couple matches already. There's like the women's match with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. So I want to find you guys' opinion on who you think is going to win, who you think's going to, come out, how you think they're going to win. So give it to me.
Let me go first because I'm the least knowledgeable here. So I can't let my shit get washed out with all you geniuses, you wrestling geniuses. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I kind of been following this for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? I know Liv took Rhea man, so she kind of mad about that. I think they're gonna stretch this thing on out. I think Liv Morgan. But I don't know. With it being on Netflix, I heard they kind of want a lot of big stuff happening. But I think Liv retains the title. So you kind of push this on to at least the Rumble or to WrestleMania. And so Rhea Ripley, I predict Rhea Ripley get a title back at Mania. But that's just me. But Rhea might get her man back before then if she wants back.
Oh, she don't want him back. She don't want him back. She
that would be a good plot twist though. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she took, because nobody will be expecting that.
You know what?
They just kind of go off and do their own little thing, like no Judgment Day. Because I ain't been keeping up with the storyline, but I've been hearing like, hey, You know what I'm saying? Dom might be out next, so just saying.
All right. Well, Buck, what you got? What do you think?
Oh, man, so I think that at first I thought Tiff was gonna come and cash in on Raw, because I know that they're trying to have like that influx of star power for that
Mhm.
first show in LA. You know, it's for Netflix. They're making a big deal about it, so they definitely want it to be something huge. I think Rhea beats Liv tomorrow,
Okay.
but Becky's coming back by the Rumble.
Yeah. I think she's gonna be in town, or I read something that she's supposed to be showing up.
I think if Rhea takes the belt off of Liv, Becky's music hits.
Yeah.
I don't. I think Charlotte going to SmackDown. I think when Charlotte come back, Charlotte going to SmackDown. And I heard when Charlotte come back, she's supposed to be real dark too.
I saw that.
So,
too.
like not like she's supposed to be like dark. So
Now you're talking like skin color, like she been out in the sun too long, or you
no.
talking
Like I'm saying, like the gimmick.
Why?
The gimmick. No, the gimmick more of like a dark queen.
Oh, okay.
They were saying like I had read an article. I don't remember where, but I had read an article that was talking about how even some of the gear that she was supposed to be having made was supposed to be, you know, just darker, a lot more blacks, like a lot,
Like kind of like
just more of kind of the Rhea aesthetic,
yeah.
but not like BDSM.
Okay.
You know, still kind of the diamonds and all of that kind of stuff, but just darker.
I can see it.
So I think it'll be an interesting take for Charlotte's character. I think it'd be even more interesting if she came back and she wasn't blonde.
I agree. If she had
Now that would get me, because it's I've never been a Charlotte fan. I give it to her. You know,
Me either.
man, I can't stand her.
she
She
does
looks just like her daddy.
but-
Like I don't. All right. Go ahead.
She built like Jim Carrey as that character he used to play on in Living Color, where he was the muscle bound woman or whatever. What he had, I don't know if you guys remember that, but that's who Charlotte built. That's who Charlotte reminded me of, them broad ass shoulders, man, looking like the White Howard, the Weeder Howard.
Hey. My boys ain't gonna catch no strays today. He already be having to fight. He ain't catching no strays.
He wasn't catching no strays. I'm talking about her built like he got broad shoulders. Charlotte got broad shoulders.
LeBron got broad shoulders. Let's talk about LeBron.
Now listen.
But his shoulders come out like
this. They like
yeah.
They like this, and then Charlotte's shoulders like this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't gonna say it no more.
Anyway, but go ahead.
Husky, who you think got it, man?
I'm with attorney on this one. I think what's gonna happen is Rhea's gonna win, and as much as I would like to see Becky, I honestly think it's probably gonna be Charlotte. I honestly think I think she would show up there. Like one, that's kind of the bigger show, or it's gonna be on Netflix. They can do a little bit more. But it could be either one of them. But I would lean towards Charlotte. You know, I think she has that. I'm the queen bee around. She still got that I'm the queen bee. It's like she automatically coming back. She feel like she deserves or gets a title shot off rip. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and it correct. And I really hate that she don't have to work for it for real. But it's like if she come back with the black hair and the whole I'm the dark queen aesthetic or whatever the case may be.
I think something over there.
I think she would be. I think that would work. Like I think that would work. That would get me for a little while, man. But I will say, I'm still gonna need her to come in and actually and wrestle. But like the whole gimmick, I think that'll be a nice look for her for a little while at least. You know what I'm saying? As much as I would love to see her with dark hair, I just don't see. I don't see her doing anything like that. She a flare. She's got that bleach, that blonde. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So as much as I would love to see her go dark like that, go full dark and get the dark hair. You know what I'm saying? But I think Rhea go pull it out. I'm not for lack of trying from Liv and Dom and all. I think somebody gonna go try some interference or get in there or Rhea go do something or the what's his name, go come out and help or whatever. What's his name?
Damian Priest.
Yeah, Priest go show up, maybe to help, get out the ringside away or whatever. But I think Rhea. I ain't gonna say I got bet money, but I feel like Rhea will pull it out. That's how I feel.
All right. I definitely think Rhea's gonna beat her. You know what I mean? Like she been running for him a little bit. Since what was it, after WrestleMania, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And so like I'm tired of them kind of going back and forth. It's kind of just played out for me. So I definitely want Rhea to do that, and I want them to kind of push some storylines on. I appreciate a long-term storytelling, but now some of them are starting to get stale. So I want them to kind of move on because like I don't think there's too much more meat left on that bone. So, but
yeah. Just one thing, real quick. You get me with the background music. First, you had Trick Williams music playing, and all I can hear is Booker T in the background. Yeah, whoop that! Like
I'm telling you,
it's playing in my head, bro. Like listen, that's one thing I love Booker when Trick come out and Booker on commentating. Listen, I love the ad libs, man. That didn't even be part of the song. Like he got to put that in there somehow. Like right. I love it.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's going to be really cool because I know you talked about announcers and Booker T because they got Pat McAfee. So I think Pat could be able to do the whoop that trick. But I don't want to hear Michael Cole saying nothing about whooping no trick, nothing.
Listen.
You know what I mean? So, but I think Pat McAfee, he has enough of it because like I like how he gets down when Jey Uso is there and he does, the yeets and everything like that.
If you've seen Pat McAfee on College Game Day,
mm-hmm.
like what he does when it's time to like pick a team or like the final game and they pick it, he gets on there, he revs up, he does like the chant song for whatever, I think he can handle it. You know what I'm saying? I think he can take over the duties or whatever the case may be. But yeah.
But I think he's making too much money outside of everywhere else because like as soon as that, like he literally goes from college football to WWE, then after that WWE for a good little bit, and then right until college football comes back, and like he leaves right after SummerSlam. Was like, all right, I'll holler at y'all in January.
Yeah.
So, but another match that they have down is the Tribal Chief match for the Ula Fala. Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa, which y'all. So I'm gonna start off here. I'm more looking to see who's going to come out versus who's going to win the match because I there's too much that they're going to still do with the Bloodline storyline. So I think they're going to have something show up like that. So I don't know if it's going to be The Rock. I don't know if it's going to be another member of the family. So what do y'all think?
I'm kind of like you. I think it's gonna be some outside interference, and I think it's gonna be The Rock. Cause I've been hearing them try. Well, actually, rewind. I think Roman beats Solo, and then after that, that's when The Rock music breaks, and then they start setting up either Roman versus The Rock or Roman Cody Rock.
Listen, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some outside interference, but I think Roman is gonna win. I ain't gonna say I bet money, but I think Roman's gonna win despite the outside interference. And you're gonna hear the final boss music play. And I do think I would love to see. I don't want Rock, Roman, and Cody. I just want Rock versus Roman for this final boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you want to have Rock have a second match or another match with Cody on another night, that's fine. But I want to see a Roman and Rock. That's it. Put them two together and let them slug it out. You know what I'm saying? Like for the final, for the whole tribal chief, you gonna tie all that in. You know what I'm saying? You can have the Rock come out as the leader of the bloodline with Solo and all of them as their leader now, whatever the case may be. That's fine. But I want a Rock versus Roman match. Nobody else. I don't care if you put them in a cage, put them in a backstage. Give me a Rock versus Roman. Put their storyline together and let it go. Because we saw glimpses of it before he teamed up with Roman last year. Last year or whatever. We saw like a glimpse, you know, some animosity there. So give us an actual Rock versus Roman match at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? That could be your night one WrestleMania match right there.
But you think granted it's the Rock real, but devil's advocate. Mm-hmm. The Rock will be in shape for that though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that was that devil's advocate. I'm just saying because, like, you know, there's been rumors that he might not make it. You know, if his schedule busy, he might not have the time to get in wrestling shape. He might be in shape. That's kind of like playing football and basketball. You may be in shape.
I know what you mean. Trust me, I know what you mean.
Football and basketball shape. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, but if all he got is the one match, I think he can get up for it for that one match. Listen, I'm right there with you, but I think he can get up for that one match. If it's just one match and it's that night, I think we got it. He got it. He did it last year. He can do it again this year. You know what I'm saying? And let
only reason I'm iffy because all these old motherfuckers be trying to get that last match and be out there embarrassing themselves. Don't forget about Undertaker and Goldberg. Like I wasn't even watching that.
You can't have two old niggas do it at the same time.
Let me say,
you gotta have an old and a young. You can't.
I agree with you because that last match that it was the Brothers of Destruction versus DX. That was like the stiffest match I ever seen in my damn life. But
even he said he wished he hadn't done that match.
Listen,
Shawn Michaels was like, I came back for this. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like at a certain point, you know, like I do not want to see Undertaker in the ring ever again. Unless he's just doing choke slamming somebody and leaving. I don't want to see a full wrestling match with this man. This man's stiff as a board. He's been stiff as a board. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see Kane. Hell, I love Triple H. I don't want to see Triple H. I don't even want to see Shawn Michaels. Do not put them niggas in the ring no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that no more. Like Goldberg, same thing. I don't want to see Goldberg, but listen, you got your son. He don't need to be teased nowhere. Stop letting these niggas come back. You got plenty of talent on your roster right now. Leave them where they at. I get they legends. You want to do something? Go be a manager to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Do that. Come out there and talk. You know it. You know what I'm saying? Come in, spill somebody, and leave. I don't want to see a full match with you. We don't need that. We do not need that right now. Matter of fact, we don't need that no more.
Because Buck, you got it like you've been ready.
All right, so I think Solo is gonna win. Here's why. It's a whole lot of stuff that coincidence that ain't necessarily coincidence if you know the players involved.
Yeah.
I think about when Rock came out, looked at Cody and Roman and cut his throat. Mm-hmm. I think about how Paul Heyman, after going through the table, just got lost. He came back the first time and he was dressed like Solo used to dress. I don't know if y'all caught this on this promo that he just did on SmackDown, but when he got ready to close his promo, he hit the Fatu, the Jacob Fatu hand motion while he was holding the mic before Solo came out. And you know, the tip was if Roman lose, Paul Heyman has to join him and acknowledge him. I think Paul Heyman's already acknowledged Solo because Roman left him to be put through that table. And I think the Rock Roman match that we get is going to happen at Mania. But you got to remember, we ain't even at the Rumble yet. The Rumble in February. And I think what's going to happen is that in order for Roman to make his way back into the family, Rock going to make him run a gauntlet all the way to WrestleMania until he meet Rock at WrestleMania.
Ooh. I'm with it.
But that means that he's going to have to go through the whole bloodline.
You think they're going to bring other people into the bloodline?
Bro, you know, Zilla was at Raw like a week ago.
Yeah.
I would say all them, a lot of them feel like
Hikuleu is actually already signed to WWE, but
yeah, he's signed.
He already signed. Zilla is a part of that. They got that like WWE ID program where you had to be. They got like a bunch of indie. They got like a bunch of indie companies on their radar. Booker T's Reality of Wrestling is one of them. Zilla is contracted to Reality of Wrestling. That's his foot in the door. But he was at Raw like last week when they was in Houston.
Yeah, because he was in the crowd and he was getting like, I remember it was Jay Uso stuff and he was you know what I mean? So yeah, man. Now who do you think out of the bloodline has benefited the most as far as like getting more notoriety?
Jay Uso.
I was gonna say it's Jay. It's Jay from the original bloodline and from the newly bloodline is
Jacob.
It's the werewolf, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, baby.
Man.
This man was listen. I found out about Jacob Fatu maybe like a year before he went to WWE, maybe a little bit longer. And when I tell you the stuff this man was doing in MLW and the other NDC, like MLW, man, listen, the stuff this man was doing and at the size he was then for him to drop off the face of the earth and show up in WWE slimmer, more.
He lost at least 60 pounds.
Listen, he had to.
This man is built for a run with an actual title. Get the, you know what I'm saying? Once we get all this bloodline stuff out of the way, hey, Jacob,
he got the mouthpiece on him too.
Yes, he does. That's what I'm saying.
He reminds me of Gunther. You know how Gunther had that aura about him, like can't nobody beat him type deal.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of thing that I get from Jacob. So like, although I think definitely Jay has been the most successful out of the bloodline so far, I think Jacob is the one that's going to go further though, because I don't see them putting like a heavyweight title on him. Maybe the world title, but not like the WWE title. But I definitely can see them doing that to Jacob, and especially the way he came in and how they booked him, where you know the only person that's really kind of given him trouble was Roman. That was it. Everybody else has been he hurt himself. You know what I'm saying? When he be doing crazy stuff and then be like, oh man,
this man be no selling so much stuff. I be like, I know it's supposed to be like that, but I be like,
he gets super kicked and get back up and was like, what you want?
Look, listen. When something happened, he got put. It was like two people did something to him, and Samuel was the last person to do something. He got back up like, bro, like at this point, you gotta shoot this man.
You can't do nothing else.
Man, listen, I'm with you. Like I said, Jay has gained so much from this time being by himself. You know, the whole Yeet movement, all that stuff like that. it's been amazing to see him get his shine, man, and I'm happy he got it. But like I said, it's Jacob for two. Jacob is that dude. He coming, and I like I said, I like how they are building him to where he ain't just you know what I'm saying, you know, like he it, like, you know what I'm saying, with building being like where he can take a couple shots. It take a lot to get him down and stuff like that. I like how they doing him like that, because that it reminds me of low key how they was doing how it was when Brock first got in the came up, you know what I'm saying? For like, cause it was like Brock was just like almost destroying everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was only a few people that could fuck with Brock when he first got there or whatever. So I like what they're doing with Jacob Fatu, and they just I hope they keep that up. And just a real quick, just a shot back at what you were saying about Gunther, or as I call him, Walter. But yeah, I wish he still had the belt, because what I really wanted to see was him and Dragunov go at it. Just one good with a title on the line. Let them two go at it, man. Because that's who took the title off. That's who beat him. That's who beat him when he was at and when he had the
NXT UK.
Yeah, NXT UK. Listen, I would love to see, and I love watching some of Dragunov's matches in NXT when he was in the NXT going to everybody. And for him to come on the main roster, like, I haven't been watching it week to week, but I watch stuff and just I ain't seeing a whole lot of him. They got to do something with that man. That man is so good. He can wrestle, and he can wrestle with just about anybody. But I would love to see him and Walter go at it for give me a title on the line or something, and let them go at it, man.
I think he hurt right now.
Yeah,
he is. Okay.
Yeah, I think he on the injured list. That's why he ain't been on TV.
Well, there you go. There we go.
Hey,
I want to see him. I want to see him versus Braun for the IC title. I feel like that'd be a dope WrestleMania match.
Last thing, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like The Rock's entrance now is like one of the coldest things. Like, it was the way that he has the lightning and everything comes down.
Yeah.
And then also his music, how it changed up a little bit. Bro, I appreciate that so much more, because although I'm a huge Rock fan, right? But like, I thought it was getting stagnant with his character, because he really hadn't changed in 15 years or so. But this one, I like how they've kind of incorporated his actual position with TKO, with WWE, and also just making sure that he has something where he can be relevant, and he also is something where it lets him pop in and out whenever he wants to.
Yeah, it's kind of like that heel run he had, but back in the early 2000s when he went all Hollywood.
Yeah,
my boy coming out there in the Versace vests and stuff.
It was a corporate Rock.
Yeah.
I know.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go. I was going to a different thing. You go ahead. Finish.
Yeah, I was just like, well, even with that Hollywood one, he was still like the likable asshole. Now he's just like the asshole, which I appreciate now. You know what I mean? Because beforehand he was still funny, so everybody was like, oh, okay, cool. But when he was over there beating the shit out of Cody Rhodes with a belt, you know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, okay, well, it's not hee hee ha ha no more. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing,
right.
ain't shit funny about getting whooped.
Nah.
So
we need to run that back and do it.
Huh?
We need to run that back.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I still don't think The Rock can say nigga. I don't really feel comfortable with him saying nigga all the time. He be doing, but that's just my opinion though. So, but Husky, what were you saying?
And let's not us forget the fact of John Cena coming back. He's making his final. He's making his final run before he officially retires. So it's Netflix. They want something big. And listen to me. It's possible we see or we don't see pop up. You know what I'm saying? So
hey,
I think Cena Gunther's the WrestleMania match.
So here's what I think is gonna happen. I think on Monday, we're gonna see John Cena. He's gonna come out and he's gonna say he's gonna declare himself the first entrant in in Royal or
Rumble.
in the Royal Rumble,
Ooh.
and he's
I
gonna make
see
himself number one because he's going to try to show that he still has it, and so he's gonna go the whole way. They're gonna let him win, so like he can't fight Gunther at WrestleMania for the title.
I'm with it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey,
I'm
listen.
for it.
I'm there. Like John, this is his last run, man. I'm with it. He can go ahead and break the record. You know what I'm saying?
17.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was say let him go ahead and break the record.
Only
Yeah.
thing about that though, I feel like if you let Cena break it though, I feel like they might do some shit where Randy Orton come and break Cena's record, or at least tie it up.
I'll say that at the most, I think they'll let Randy is tie it at the most, but I don't think he will break it.
I think Randy.
He'll come
No
close.
offense. I think Randy's old and like he's not the flavor anymore. Like he's there to put people over and things like that. But I don't think he's going to ever. He may tie Ric Flair.
I think Cody Orton is the WrestleMania match.
I want him to go, or no, I want him to be Cody the Rock because like I want them to talk their mess.
I want
Yeah.
Rock Roman.
Huh?
That was at
want Rock
WrestleMania.
Roman. If we
Rock
talking
Roman.
WrestleMania,
Yeah.
Rock
Yeah.
Roman, Cody Orton, Cena Gunther, and somehow, some way, we're gonna find ourselves back to Rollins Punk. But I need something that's like danger level because that Hell in a Cell match with Drew was it.
Mm-hmm.
So I need something to like top that, but I don't know what they could do to do that.
So-
But that would be my 4 main events on the men's side.
So we talked about CM Punk and Roman Reigns. They are going to have a match at WrestleMania. Who do you think's going to win that one?
Between Punk and Reigns,
Punk and Rollins.
Punk and Rollins. Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about on Raw.
Yeah. I don't think here. So here's what I think. I don't think it matters. Because I think they're still.
I don't think it matters either.
I think they're going to have a match.
I feel like it's gonna go to a no contest. Somehow, some way, it's gonna go to a no contest.
That's what I was thinking,
You think Drew McIntyre interferes and messes it up?
and that's exactly where I was going. I think there's gonna be. I think something's gonna happen, and Drew McIntyre is gonna show up or whatever and cause some interference, and it's gonna go to no contest, and it's gonna get dragged because they need, like you said, I'm with eternity. Like they need, like let them finish their story or whatever the case may be at Mania. Let them go to Mania and have something that will find some kind of level of a match that will be good enough for them to get this and end this. Or at Mania we get a triple threat with Rollins, Punk, and McIntyre.
All right. So here's what I think is going to happen. So I think whoever's going to win the first one, like it doesn't matter because I think it's going to be the best of 3 here. So I think whoever is going to win the first one, they're going to go, and then after that it's going to be Royal Rumble. They're going to eliminate each other. So one is going to knock that one out, and then the other one's going to come back in and knock him out. And then I think at the Elimination Chamber, whoever it's like 2-1. They're gonna have the best of 3 right there, and then at WrestleMania they have to do it because they kept going at each other, they kept tossing each other title shots. So now they have to go and do it at WrestleMania.
Okay.
And then, but here's my thing, like, so with CM Punk is killing him on promos, right? Like, and it's tough because like Rollins, that's not really Rollins' bag, so to speak, sometimes. So when it happens, it's like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Like he's got to do something. Like he just needs to start putting his hands on CM Punk, like Shawn Michaels drive-by type shit, just super kick and get up.
He tried to call him Phil, like that was gonna shake him, and I thought that was the stupidest shit ever. Like,
and CM Punk looks at him and CM Punk don't play within the line, so like he'll dip into something like, hey, I'm gonna mention Vince real quick, and he's tell him that he's your boy, and then after that I'm gonna come back in. So he like goes out of the lines just for a second and gets that ooh, and then after
Mhm.
that goes back and like Rollins is like, I'm a WWE for lifer, you know what I mean? And he can't really say nothing. He's like, well, you're a lifer with a guy that was sex trafficking folks.
I do think, man. So
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I think it's gonna go to a no contest somehow, some way. Somebody's gonna interfere. Um, for some reason, I feel like even maybe we get KO in the mix there
Mhm.
because McIntyre, KO, and Rollins all kind of got a point. They all got like legitimate beats.
Bruh, I have really looked at it for a while. Like these people that are quote unquote the heels aren't really the bad guys. Like they
They
just
not.
don't like
No,
like if you cost me my title at WrestleMania in front of my family, in front of my wife, all the rest of it, like you got to get these hands. Like I'm definitely, you know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be injured. You was talking cash money. I can't put my hands on you, so I'm gonna talk mess to you and I'm gonna give you a crotch chop. But then you're gonna come in out there and just ruin my whole moment. Yeah, you got to get it. And like KO's not wrong. Like, hey, these people ran roughshod over 3 years over this company, and now you want to help him out because he can't find no friends? Like, no, F him. Let him sit out there and get his ass whooped by his cousins. That's a family affair. Ain't got shit to do with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I just if Rollins wins, he's gonna have some type of help, and we're gonna have some type of something's gonna like pop off. You know what I'm saying? Just because.
I think they should make a staple out of those guys.
Yeah, I'm serious. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like if you were gonna make a statement and form something new, that's your main event. That's how I would close the night.
That would also make it so that you would have to bring like certain people that are like upset with the bloodline. So then after that, you would have it that way you can make the bloodlines the faces and those guys be the heels.
Yep.
And then you would still give them a good, like you may have to have a 4-way match. You know what I mean? But
Right.
and that way you can still be able to make sure Jimmy J and you know, Jacob, maybe maybe somebody else. You know what I mean? You got to have something like
Right.
that where you have them in the way.
It's gonna be interesting, and I think they're gonna go all out. Like no pun intended. But I
Yeah.
think they're gonna go all out, like to make something as best that it can be.
Mm-hmm.
So
So I know we talked about a couple things. You know, John Cena is going to be coming up there. They also said that they revealed that Logan Paul is going to be at the show on Monday. Do you guys have any other guest surprises or thinking that who's going to be there that we didn't talk about yet?
Okay. Wild take, right? Wild take.
Okay.
Okay. You know, I don't know what show the New Day's on Raw, right? Or they're on SmackDown now.
no, they on Raw.
Yeah, Raw.
Okay. Hear me out. All right. I think we start getting the return of Big E. Because you know they had that whole kick beat Big E out the Judgment Day thing. And I think this is gonna lead up to him probably popping in at Royal Rumble and possibly getting like some type of match with the New Day at Mania.
So I think they can still wait on that because it's not.
Yeah.
It's one of those slow burns. Like everybody's still mad at them, and so that actually makes up a good point, Dub. So Rey Mysterio is supposed to have a partner to fight the New Day, right? But they haven't talked about who it is. But they've been hinting at Pentagon, and so
He's
that
supposed to
man-
make his debut tomorrow.
yeah. So
They've been advertising him for Raw tomorrow.
you know,
And so
fever.
in the New Day, in that segment that they had with Ray and the LWO, they was talking about how small all of them were.
Mhm.
And Penta ain't no small dude, not like compared to the rest of them.
yeah,
So I think that's who you get. I think you have Rey Mysterio come out and he's like, you know what I'm saying? he turns around and his whatever look time man, whatever intro they got for Penta. I just hope his music is as dope as that the music they had at AEW, because that Lucha Kings music is top tier.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's top tier. But I just hope they go all the way out. And honestly, I kind of hope that New Day wins this match and Pentagon immediately turns on Rey Mysterio. And we get Pentagon dark. I
Ooh.
like Penta as a heel. Because Penta as a heel is ruthless, bro.
I like it. Not only that, but they need enough. They need more heels in there. You know what I mean?
They really do.
They got too many nice niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like they got too many people pretending to be faces that are not. Like there's a lack of heels in wrestling. I think
like actual heels.
Yeah, people that just don't give a fuck about what you think about them. Like, you know what I mean? So, but one thing I will say that I like about how Triple H does storytelling now is people's characters stay the same. That's the one thing I really liked about Triple H's character. Triple H had no qualms about telling you he's going to stab you in the back when it came to getting that title, when he was wanting to be number one. So, like, it wasn't a surprise when he would hit you in the back of the head with a sledgehammer because of the fact that he told you he was about this paper, he was about all the rest of it. He used to have everybody, and he always turned his back on folks just to do that. So I think that's really a good thing to have as far as that's concerned, where people have their own, like, their permanent character stuff. What up, Doug?
I have two questions.
Yes, sir.
Two questions. So with with like I heard with like WWE going to Netflix, it's supposed to be a lot less scripted. So what do you guys think that looks like, though?
I think it's still going to be scripted. I think they'll just be able to say bitch a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And that's gonna be my next question.
They're not gonna go full hard, you know, TV MA. You know what I mean? It's gonna be 13 still, but they'll be able to get away with a little bit more of like cussing and maybe some. They're still a publicly traded company, so they still have stuff that they have to watch out for. But I think they'll be able to talk about, you know what I mean, just have more realistic, not goofy ass storylines like they've been doing.
So what I'm looking forward to is more so less censorship of the audience. And I'm hoping that's what we're gonna get. I ain't worried about the wrestlers cursing, because if they're good enough, they don't have to curse to get the promo over. You know what I'm saying? Right. AEW got one of the best wrestlers in the world turned into a meme that flip people off every week and call them bitch. It's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like when we used to talk, him and Kenny Omega. Anyway, neither here nor there. Getting back to this, I think that when they start to, damn, I lost my train of thought while I was on back. I get back to it.
Yeah, I think that they'll be able to let The Rock cuss. I think The Rock leans on cussing far too much, to get his point across. But
that's what I was gonna say. I think like with the holy shit chants and stuff like that you get from the crowd, like you don't have to worry. Like the wrestlers won't have to stop their promo because they know that the censors are trying to censor the crowd, so they can't get their point across. I think that the wrestlers can kind of interact with the crowd too. You know what I'm saying? If they want to return one of those words to the crowd just to get them up, but like don't use it as a crutch. And I don't think they would use it as a crutch as much.
You know what I'm really excited about? It's just hearing Pat McAfee with less restraints, because he makes it a whole lot more entertaining. You know what I mean? I like the fact because he lets Michael Cole be a little bit lighter too, because of the fact that he's having fun with Pat. So I think that's really, really cool too. So I'm super excited about it. Let's see here. I mean, what else do you guys have? What else do you guys think about Netflix or having WWE there?
Like I said, me personally, kind of go back to what you're saying about it being so goofy because like they try to keep it a little PG. Personally, I miss that attitude, ruthless aggression era. Personally, I understand why they kind of did. So I'm looking forward to like you said, less censorship, more like I said, less scripted shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally.
Hey, I got a question for y'all. Do y'all think wrestling now is better than it has ever been? Like I know ruthless aggression and the attitude era were really, really influential, especially, you know, men and women our age. But do you think that this having like more complex scripting, having better storylines, do you think, and I think honestly they had better wrestling that what they did beforehand. Do you think that overtakes what the attitude era means?
I think, because I was just gonna ask, are you talking about in terms of storyline or just like the wrestlers? I do think the wrestlers are better. It's kind of just like your basketball players. Like as you progress, you should have more athletic and better talented athletes. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they are, athletes. But I feel like for certain people, I feel like it's kind of like storyline wise, you always have to go up against that nostalgia, and that sometimes it can be very tough to beat. You know what I'm saying? Because you got somebody like me who just checks in casually, but I can still think about all the storylines that happened way back then, like with Triple H, Rufy, and Stephanie and going to get married. Like, granted, I know that won't happen on TV no more, but like, and then got Billy Gunn getting his dick chopped off. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was a lot more edgy and nostalgic stuff, whereas now it's just kind of like you have some interesting storylines, like the Bloodline storyline. I think is real good. Probably been going on a little too long now, but the Liv, Dominic, Rhea Ripley thing was pretty good. Going on a little too long, in my opinion. It's starting to hit that point, but I just think it depends on the consumer. Like I'm a victim of nostalgia, so I'm always gonna prefer those older storylines and stuff to whatever's going on now.
Y'all watch New Japan?
I watched some. I know Wrestle Kingdom was what today? Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday, and then it was the 4th, and then Wrestle Dynasty was last night locally. Is the Kenny Omega Gabe Kidd storyline not the same damn thing as the CM Punk Seth Rollins storyline? Like legit, you got like the vet that came back after making the name for himself and then going off to do something else somewhere else, and then you got the young kid that came up through the system and is like a company guy for life. That is literally the same storyline, bro.
Yeah.
You damn shit.
Who gonna do it better? Cause them motherfuckers just tore the Tokyo Dome up.
I heard it was fine. I haven't watched it yet. I unsubscribed.
I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it, bro. If you're gonna watch it, but like legit, that was a great match. And if you don't go watch nothing else, go watch that Takeshita Ishii match.
Man, I wanted to watch that. I already know Takeshita be cooking anyway. He's like,
ooh yeah,
he be cooking anyway. And
Takeshita presentation in New Japan is like 4,000 times better than what AEW doing with him.
I'll make, because and that's the thing. Like, I get he came over, he doing AEW, but like I don't think, I know they don't know what they're doing there, man. For real. Like it is just, I'm gonna have to watch. I unsubscribed because I wasn't really watching it like I was on a weekly basis. So, but Wrestle Kingdom came to, I was like, I used to resubscribe around this time so I can watch Wrestle Kingdom. So I haven't done it, but I am gonna do that because I want to start getting back to where I'm watching more wrestling, from New Japan to TNA. I've, like I said, MLW was going on. I used to watch that on YouTube about weekly or whatever the case may be. Like, there's some good stuff out there. That's how I learned about a lot of the underground. What's the guy name? The king of the Boombaye or whatever. Like,
Alex Kane.
Yeah, Alex
Boombaye
Kane.
Fight Club. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's some good black wrestlers out there that's on the indie scene, man. And they be doing the damn thing. So
This
I gotta start back watching it.
talking in terms of the wrestling in general, man. As a fan, I don't think that there's a greater time. Like the Attitude Era is nostalgic, but if you really go back and look at it, the Attitude Era really didn't last that long. It wasn't like 10 years, 15 years, none of that. It was something like 3.5 years.
Yeah.
It was something crazy, and it feel a lot longer than that. But it was the most impactful time period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
for our generation. So that I think that's really what it is. But dude, if you look at it right now between like Reality of Wrestling, Fourth Rope, MLW, TNA, AEW, New Japan, WWE, like there is so much wrestling out there to consume, bro. I say wrestling, they just got they channel like fully functioning, and I think that they gonna actually start streaming a live show. That is an all black organization, bro. Like
What's the
they
name of it?
are. I say wrestling.
ASE.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've been following them. I follow them from on Facebook and other
bro.
stuff. But yeah,
They got good stuff. Like, and that's where I think it's either Queen Aminata. Like I think that was the first place I heard of her wrestling, and then she showed up on AEW like 2 months later. So I mean, it's a lot of talent out there, man. A lot of talent, and I just think that you kind of got to find your niche. And then it's also cool that so many of these organizations work together, because now you got people that you can find that you like, and then you can follow them, and that'll turn you on to other organizations and other stuff to watch. But I'm a little bit of a production snob too, so some of that stuff be hard to watch.
Yeah.
Like I can be a fan of wrestling, but it don't mean that I gotta watch like bad production of the wrestling. I'm just gonna find the stuff that can tolerate with my eyes, and then
you over here moving stuff like, don't they need to get his head out the way?
Like if they got at least one hard cam, I give it a shot. But I'm telling you, some of them dudes be on like tripods with like an iPhone, and it be shaky, bro. It be shaky. Fans be standing up. You can't see 15 minutes of the match because
because they're going live. So
tragic.
So, final question or kind of request from you guys. So, wrestling's not always been popular, right? So, what would you tell somebody to get them into watching wrestling on Monday?
That's a good question. Personally, I think it just depends on what you think. Because back in the day, you if you weren't watching for the wins, you was watching for Trish Stratus and Tori Wilson. But so I think nowadays, you can also just kind of, when we talk about the evolution of wrestling, how great the athletes are, we also got to kind of talk about the women, because, like I said, the women's division is hella impressive. Like I said, I'm just a WWE guy, so I can't speak on too many other promotions. Like Bianca Belair, she impresses me every time I watch her. And then it had me start looking into her background, all this other stuff. I think it was the other chick, Io Sky. How do you say her name?
Io Sky.
Io Sky. Like,
impressive.
So, like, I think you have to kind of sell them on how much they have grown as athletes. So you won't have like not saying he wasn't a good wrestler. Somebody like a Santino Marella gimmick is like, oh, I'm just or Eugene gimmick, where it's like most of the
Eugene gimmick no more.
Yeah, most of the things a trash gimmick.
It's for me, and this before, because I forgot to answer the last question, but I do think wrestling storytelling overall is better now. Like Buck said and Dub said, like nostalgia is there for the attitude and ruthless aggression and all that other stuff. Even the WCW days, the WCW, WWE, WWF Wars or whatever, Monday Night Wars, all that was great. All it was. But wrestling now is amazing. And like Buck just said, man, you got WWE, AEW, MLW, New Japan, TNA, Ring On. It is so many platforms that people have to wrestle. and it's good wrestlers. These ain't the I'm gonna go hit you with a leg drop and pin you type of like we ain't talking Hulk Hogan. We talking about actually wrestling. We talking about no. That's what I still for the life of me when I found out what this man finishing move was, I was like blown. That shit still this man winning off a leg drop.
Can we take a moment to talk about that? Can we take a moment to talk about that?
Hold on, let me finish.
No, we're not taking a moment to talk. All black men are not going to talk about Hulk Hogan.
Not at all.
But wrestling is so much better now. Now, as far as someone who doesn't watch wrestling, someone would give him like if you like good storytelling, you like long-term storytelling, you like some action, you like some big meaty men slapping meat, and occasional, women coming out there and they stuff and cutting up, not only looking good, but like can wrestle, can throw down. You know what I'm saying? You get an occasional, you get one of the women to do something with show their feats of strength and pick up Otis or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got little stuff like that happening. Like, exactly, Lash Legend, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just telling them or trying to put them on as to, hey, give it a try. The storytelling, everything that go on, man, you're gonna love. You go get attracted. You gonna be like, you gonna watch them like, you know what? You mean, yeah, I don't know how I feel yet, but that next day, you go find yourself looking at highlights or going back. Let me go see who this person is. Let me find out a little bit more about this person. Like it's wrestling is so good right now, man. It's hard not to watch.
But what you gonna tell them, man? What are you gonna tell somebody who hasn't watched wrestling and it's Monday night, it's 7:00?
Hey man, what you finna go watch? Yo, so I'm finna go watch this show right where a Demon King, an Irishman, and a Puerto Rican that spits apples at people. They chose to pick a fight with a bisexual Undertaker and this hot rock star, and the other guy on the other team. They also got this real hot blonde from Jersey that teamed up with this Mexican kid that only likes to eat chicken tenders and macaroni and cheese. It's like a whole debacle. You want to come watch this with me? They have to be interested when you ask them something like that. They have to be. And then you turn that shit on and they're going to be like, man, what the fuck is this? And you're going to be like, bruh, these are the people. And you just got to point them out. You trick them. You got to trick them into watching it because otherwise they're going to be like, this shit's stupid.
Bruh, that story was like, what? A Puerto Rican, an Irishman, and the Demon King? What happened with the Demon King? And like, bro, what I realized is the storylines. It's like all of these people are really just like, stunt people, right? And they only have one take to get what they have to do, right? They got all this that they're trying to do. They got one take to do it in, and the thing is, like, they're mixed between stunt people and actors. And just like there's certain action heroes that aren't really good at acting, but they're really good at action part. Like, you don't go to John Wick 4 to go for the storyline because there wasn't no fucking storyline. You went there to go see John Wick fuck somebody up. So yeah, so if you're doing that, you can go to see. It all depends on what they're looking for, just like in any other movie, any other form of entertainment. So if you're looking for maybe more action, less story, then you may have to go to like an AEW. But if you're looking for more storyline and have things that pay off from that point, then you may want to go with the WWE. But then you also got to have that one person that explains it, kind of like what Buck did. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, what happened to, the bisexual? Why is he bisexual Undertaker? What happened there? You know what I'm saying? Or like, you got to talk about even Cody Rhodes' story. Like, his daddy was a wrestler. His daddy never got a shot to do what he wanted to, but he got this shot. But his brother got done dirty because his brother got made to look like a gay person in drag all the rest of the time. Like, you got all these things and all these storylines that you can be able to talk to them about, and they just build upon each other. And especially when you got second or third generation people. So it's one of those things that, like, if you aren't watching wrestling, you got to give it a try. That's one thing that will definitely change your mind about like what these people do and why people love it so much. Because it's not necessarily because we don't think it's real. but it's just like any other storyline. You know what I'm saying? We're like, huh? Yeah,
predetermined.
I think about it as this way. Like, I get invested in the backstage area stuff. Like, why isn't this person getting a push when they have this much charisma and they're doing well in the ring? So like me, it's like, okay, why isn't this formula working? Why aren't they giving this person that opportunity? And then like that's when you find people that think the same way that you do. Like, oh man, you like Cesaro? Cesaro is too cool. Like, why isn't he getting this push? Oh, well, he can't talk. Well, or like Ricochet. Ricochet can't talk on the mic, but he does this fire ass stuff. He's the John Wick of wrestling. He just does a lot of flips and shit, and you just be like, that's flashy. But
you see when he turned heel. He got a new gimmick.
Hey, real quick question: Is Ricochet black?
He mixed. Like I think he's black and Puerto Rican or something. Like he is. I just wanted to know because I know his mother isn't. You know what I mean? His mother.
I know they've been calling that man Trevor for way too many weeks on television.
They call him what?
Trevor. They've been calling his real name is Trevor Mann.
Yeah.
They've been calling him Trevor on TV for like 3 weeks. I was like, do you know how disrespectful that would be? I just got to this company. Every time I see you, we on national TV and you going, Trevor. You don't call me Ricochet.
Man, put some respect on my name. You know what I'm saying?
That way he put them scissors in Swerve head because he kept calling him Trevor on national TV.
You can't be calling me Trevor now.
I'd have cut one of them locks off. I'd have cut one of them locks off.
Bro, listen, you know how it is to cut them locks. Man, listen. That we would have had to really fight if you'd have cut a lock off.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You keep calling me Trevor. I got some. Listen, if you go heel, go all the way in. Like you go, like they said, like you said back in the day. If you go full, go full. Like, bro, listen.
Do you know how upset? I'm sorry. You talk about going full heel. You know how upset, but how funny it would be if CM Punk got in the war words with The Rock and he just kept calling him Dwayne. Like, come here, Dwayne. Dwayne. Like, it's The Rock, Dwayne. Like, bro, I think about, you made me think about that when you said that. I'm sorry. That would be hilarious, though.
But then here's the thing. Like, it would literally, because they would keep going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And then they wouldn't stop. You know what I'm saying? And then the lines, that's the one thing about wrestling I love, is like sometimes those lines get blurred. You don't know if they really don't like each other or they really do. So it's one of those things that, like, sometimes the friends that the people are the closest are the things that do the worst to each other, because them brother versus brother match is crazy.
You know, they said so apparently the Seth Punk promo from Raw wasn't scripted. They just gave them the mics and let them go.
It makes sense because Seth was getting ate up because he don't know how to really talk like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like CM Punk, he's like, if I don't do nothing else, I'm gonna talk about your ass. Like anything else, he's like, you know what I'm saying? He may mess some stuff up in the back. You know what I'm saying? But he know how to talk about somebody. But well, we about at that hour range, y'all. So before we go, I want everybody to kind of tell me what they got going on, let the people know. But we'll start with you, man.
Every Tuesday, starting back this Tuesday, we took a little hiatus because of the holidays, but the South got something to say. I am 1/3 of the South with my man Country, my man DJ Big Dream, 9 p.m. ish Central Standard Time, every Tuesday night. So y'all tap in today. You can catch us on Facebook / the South, Twitch.tv / the South, and YouTube.com /TSGS2S. So y'all can catch us there. And just stay tuned, man. MrEverlasting.com. I've got a new single coming out called The Mantra for my elevators. That is January the 11th is when that's dropping, 1:11 a.m. And other than that, man, stay tuned. Black Widow's coming. TikTok.
I like it. And you can also find him on the Safe Word.
It's in the handle.
Yeah. Safe
Oh
word
yeah,
with
so we got some safe word stuff coming back. It's on its way back. So that's the only reason I had mentioned it, because we got something special planned for that. But it's on the way back too. So y'all stay tapped in for that.
Dub. You would really appreciate that. I'm just saying.
Gotcha.
Foot
Hey.
fondler himself. What you got?
Come with me on my journey to fix my fucking setup. God damn it, my camera went out.
Well, that's it's interesting. But we'll definitely follow you on that one. And then Husky. Big Husk. What you got?
What's going on? So we decided to postpone it. Me and Dub are actually getting ready to host our annual, the second one, the Roadies Victory Road Game Awards. Man, we're gonna be doing that. Hopefully, if not this Thursday, it'll be next Thursday. We're trying to get everything narrowed down, categories and all that stuff. So be on the lookout for that. You know, you'll find it here on the Blerd Syndicate channel with Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. So be on the lookout for that. You know what I'm saying? Come check back, see what game wins game of the year for us.
The Dub Award.
Yeah. And we bringing back the Dub Award. We got a new award called the Huskies Hall of Fame Award. So, you know, we got some stuff going on, man. So tune in to the Roadies. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, man.
Cool. Well, of course, we got stuff going at the Blerd Syndicate. We got the the Blerd Syndicate plays D&D. We got something last time we left y'all. One of our party members got possessed by a necromancer, and myself and Husky tag teamed a shop owner. He slapped her in the face, and I took her to Suplex City. So it was a fun time. You know, fun was had on our half, but now we're in a fight for our lives against our own teammates. So we got a lot of stuff going on from there. We also will have actually just relaunched the blerdsyndicate.com for some latest merch. I got some new shirts coming out that has more of a hip hop inspiration meets anime. So we got some other stuff that will be dropping from there. Besides that, man, you can always go to the shop and go to get, press with the BS as a promo code and get 20% off. So we got a lot of stuff going on. So
hey man,
just check it out.
Yeah, I got them kids. I know them taxes coming, so y'all need to go spend some racks over there on the website.
Man, listen, I'm telling you, there are shirts that will make you proud to have. Your kids gonna be like, man, it's a cool ass shirt. Don't let them cuss though. But then also you gonna have some shirts and you're gonna be like, oh, well, I gotta have this one. Or what they know about. I love those shirts that you be like, what you know about this? You know what I mean? Like shirts like this, where you like, oh, what you know about the DeLorean? What you know about, the A-Team band. So we got a bunch of that stuff here at the Blerd Syndicate. So until the next time, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna ask y'all to.
We're gonna leg drop that like Hulk Hogan.
We're not
because y'all didn't let me
like
talk about Hulk Hogan and that whack ass leg. Y'all didn't let me talk about Hulk Hogan.
Can you mute his mic?
I can. Let me. Yeah, somebody got him. See, look at God. So what we gonna do is we'll ask you to smash that follow button like the Incredible Hulk, not Hulk Hogan, because F Hulk Hogan. But until then, we're gonna act like the Ninja Turtles get the shell out of here. So until next time, be easy.